Hi, my name's Dr. Nick Caddick. I'm a Senior Research Fellow at the Veterans and Families Institute. So most of my research focuses on narrative as an analytical and a conceptual tool for exploring the legacy of war and conflict, both for veterans and for other groups impacted by war, but also more broadly at a societal level, looking at the various narratives that get shared and circulated within our culture about various different conflicts. So narratives are enormously significant because they are the tools that we use to understand the world around us and to bring meaning to events in our lives. But perhaps even more importantly, they allow us to respond to events by suggesting appropriate forms of action. And as a result, the stories that veterans and other groups impacted by war and conflict tell about their lives, along with the wider historical and political narratives that give these stories context, are really significant for our ability to understand war and society. So as part of this work on narrative, I've been lucky enough to be awarded some Arts and Humanities Research Council funding, together with colleagues from Exeter University and Manchester Metropolitan University, to start exploring veterans' stories of transition through participation in arts, cultural and sporting events. So we're going to be working with 3 different military charities, exploring what effect participation has on veterans and working with veterans as peer researchers to start authoring and telling their own transition narratives. Some of my more recent work has also involved looking at aesthetic representations of war and conflict, in particular looking at Afghan poetry as a way of seeking a knowledge of the war and of Afghanistan more generally, which originates not from our own veterans but from the Afghan people themselves. So there are stories of the war in Afghanistan that we in Britain simply aren't hearing, so I think it's really important to start paying attention to these voices.